Hi everyone, it's Councilperson Erica Strasburger here. I wanted to give a recap of what we covered in this week's City Council meetings. And I'm going to start doing some of these videos and just recording my take on the council meeting. Hopefully it'll be a helpful insight to what we cover, maybe not each week because every week doesn't have the most exciting, most interesting events. I'm going to focus on the meat of the issues that we're covering. So first up, I know that a lot of people are really concerned about the number of people who are being evicted, even though there's a federal moratorium as well as a state moratorium on evictions. There are loopholes in these moratoria, and the city could have the power to close these loopholes. We've seen Harrisburg do this through an emergency declaration order, and we were looking at the same thing. Unfortunately, even though we've renewed our emergency declaration for COVID-19 on Tuesday, it's come to our attention from our own lawyers that attaching it to that part would probably not be the best way to go. It would open us up to major lawsuits. And that's not to say that we can't pass this kind of legislation separately. So Councilwoman Deb Gross and the mayor's office and our law department are working hard. So hopefully by this next Tuesday, there'll be a bill up for introduction that we can fast track to be able to close these loopholes. That is the hope, and that is what I think all of us on council are desperately wanting to do to help as many people as possible until the time that rent relief comes from the federal government that we can disperse as a city and county. Second thing is the Crown Act. So the Crown Act recognizes that people's natural hair grows in different textures and lengths and colors and prohibits discrimination based on hair. It's something that we passed last fall, and there were some amendments that were proposed a couple of weeks ago that were up for discussion this Wednesday. Now, the discussion around these amendments had to do with whether facial hair should be included in this. My take is that facial hair does not carry the same risk of discrimination as natural hair textures and styles do. That someone who might want to file a charge based on discrimination due to their facial hair probably could do so under another protected class. So religion or gender identity or expression or race could file a discrimination charge for employment or public accommodations or housing. If they feel that they're being discriminated against because of facial hair, they probably could do so under one of those classes. So I voted to support the amendment language that would take facial hair out of this Crown Act category. The last up is a really exciting effort on the part of Friends of Mellon Park and Preservation Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy, Point Breeze Organization, Squirrel Hill Urban Coalition, and that is designating Mellon Park as a historic landmark. That doesn't mean we can't still operate things like the play equipment and the spray park, but what it does mean is that the parts of the park that really demonstrate the beginnings of landscape architecture across the country and are free to the public right now will remain in place and protected. It was really positive news that we saw a lot of support from the neighbors. So that's what happened in council this week, and I'm happy to be giving you these updates on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us at district8@pittsburghpa.gov.